They had professional help to look out after them. I couldn't find the ambulance. I didn't know if the helicopter was going to land.
Yeah.
I've got my card for the air vac. I thought I was going to have to pull it out in case we needed it. But
no, they were on the other side of the field, and then finally it came around on the east side of the Graham Stadium.
And so, but that was it was scary. But Tevin's doing okay. I don't know if he'll play this week, but he was in meetings today and doing fine. Ben Everett gets MRI tomorrow. He hurt his Achilles. Don't know exactly. It was kind of a leg whip thing. His back of his ankle hit of somebody running full speed, and that's very painful. And that hurt us. Not only hurt him, but it hurt our football team when he went out. We're already shorthanded at that fullback, H-back position with Corey Jordan now with the shoulder injury.
Right.
So there's two guys that play somewhat the same position. So that was difficult. Fred Fenor was running down on kickoff, running full speed, and was getting blocked, and the ball carrier was running past him, and he held his arm out to make the tackle. So imagine somebody running 200 pounds past you, and all you've got is from your elbow to your hand to stop him. And he made the tackle.
He did.
But, boy, it was painful. So, lost him for the rest of the game, and that hurt us in the back of our secondary. So hopefully we get Fred back by the end of the week, but we're a pretty beat-up team now.
Yeah, and they had a lot of injuries, too. It was one of those games where there were a lot of injuries.
It was physical.
Yeah.
It was two good football teams kind of slugging it out, and so, but hey, next Saturday will be here before you know it. Next man's got to step up, and we'll move on.
Let's talk about the game. I know you're disappointed because you really played well, particularly in the first half, and had the lead there at 13-7 at halftime.
Well, the first drive was 11 plays, and we kind of did some new things and some things they hadn't seen before, and it worked like we'd practiced it, and made a couple throws, got a penalty against them, and we're able to punch it in and get the lead, and of course you get the extra point block, so that's kind of a momentum breaker there, but we've struggled with that all year, and we've got to get better at that, but you get the lead, and then they come back and score, make it 7-6, and then we get some tempo going, hit a couple passes, and hit a run, and then punch it in and go up 13-7, and they miss a field goal right before half, and we knew we hadn't played our best yet, but we had the lead and knew it'd be a close game.
Yeah, it's kind of what you even told John Abel as you were walking off the field. We got a long way to go. This is a good football team, and it's going to be a tough second half, and it certainly was, Coach. They scored a touchdown there in the third quarter after we kick a field goal, and then two more in the fourth quarter to make the final score 28-16. What was the difference in the second half?
Well, so we go up 16-7, right? So we're up 11, and a couple things. I mean, give them all the credit in the world. They're a very good team. They made the playoffs last year, but there's not a whole lot of difference. There's not. They made a couple more plays than we did, and you go back and study the tape, and you'll see, Chris, I mean, there's 3 to 4 touchdowns offensively we left out on the field. What I mean by that is, there was open receivers, and whether it was a bad throw or a pressure on our quarterback that didn't allow him to get to the read, that's the bottom line. And so, and then defensively, I thought we played well all day. Third downs, we gave up too many third and longs. But, man, we were physical, and we set out to stop the run, and then they caught us in some man coverage and give their receiver credit and their offensive line credit. They protected and threw and caught. But when you say, I can probably put you a clip of 5 plays on there that make the difference. The last touchdown, we're down. We're trying to blitz and get to the quarterback and cause a big play. Leaves you in some man zero coverage, and they threw and called, and that sealed the game. But we went with the double move. This is one of the plays I'm talking about, the double move to Kevin Barfield, and he's running open by 20 yards, and Derek lets the ball go, too early, and so they don't connect, and you leave those points out there. But, it's probably, and give them credit, but it's things we got to correct. Offensive line-wise, we're much better than we're a much better team than what we played offensive line-wise. Too many pressures, too many, gave up a couple sacks. The last time we've given up a sack was against them last year.
Right.
And, and we gave up 2 sacks in this game and a lot of pressures, and our quarterback got hit. So, it's like I was telling the offense today, it's me, it's you, it's everybody associated with that football team that contribute to that loss. And, accept it for what it is. And, it's kind of like Alabama losing to LSU last year. You don't know how you're going to respond until you'd like to not have to experience this, right? You'd like to be so self-motivated that you don't have to feel the hurt and disappointment. Well, now you felt the hurt and disappointment. There's a lot of guys broken up at the end of that game because they put a lot of time and effort and energy into getting to that point. Now, how will we respond?
Right.
How important this practice is to you. How, and what I told them today is at 7 o'clock when we go back out on the field, you can't let last week's loss turn into this week's loss. You have to turn the page. We cannot waste a day. And we'll talk about East Illinois in a minute, but we're playing Eastern Illinois, not Eastern Kentucky.
Right.
And we've got to move past it and take care of business.
Every game's independent of the other, and you can't unring that bell, unfortunately.
It is, and it's hard. I mean, team meeting today was very somber. It was very, it's not as upbeat on a loss, especially when you turn the tape on now. There's guys playing hard. There's guys running the ball. There's guys throwing their bodies around. I have we don't pat each other on the back because we play hard. That's what we expect, but there was not, as a coach, you appreciate your team's effort, and but the attention to detail and the lack of execution is ultimately what cost us.
That is the key, and in the first half, I just thought we were more prepared, Coach, even from a coaching standpoint, and more motivated going out on the field. They just got the best of us in the fourth quarter, and I don't want to even spotlight this, but when Tevin got hit, the result was a fumble, which I don't want to justify it, but I mean he got hit hard.
He did.
I mean, if you're going to fumble the ball, I'm not going to make any excuses for him at all. He fumbled the ball and he got hit. But a long delay like that, I was thinking if you're 18 or 19 years old and your friend and your teammate is going off on an ambulance, it's tough, I think, to refocus and put your mind back on the game. I know you have to do it.
Right. And I was proud our defense responded.
They did.
We got the stop, and we got the ball back, and we didn't do anything else with it. And, and we left them in some short fields. So, it was an emotional roller coaster, and that's why, this, you've heard the old cliche, football's a lot like life, right? You lost, you put a lot into it. Now it's time to, your family still got to get fed. Your kids still need tennis shoes, and you got to get them to go to work.
I like that motto right there. We'll take a break. We'll come back.
Hey, one more. Hey, how about Miss Jill Briggins walked in here today? She finished a 5K run this weekend. How about that?
That's exactly right.
Good job.
Yeah, I know the minutes, but I don't know. I was impressed, but I don't know if she wants me to give that or not. That's impressive.
It was under 30 minutes, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Right.
We'll take a break and come back. We'll look at some of the stats from the game when we come back here from Snappy Tomato Pizza on the Skyhawk Sports Network.
When it comes to customer service,